Okay, this video is how to go ahead and complete these computer concepts assignments. We go back into login.course.com. We can see, actually we go to login.cengagebrain.com, which brings us to this point. We're a returning user. We can go ahead and enter our username, and remember that was for me with this example is jd@test.com and then my password. Let me go ahead and sign into that. And once again, I have a pop-up blocker. Now we have our computer concepts that we need to go class that we need to go into. This is again our online companion that we're using. Now we have Unit A, B, C, and D that will complete because again we're using the brief edition. So with each one of these, you see there's a student labs and then a concepts review. You only have these two parts from each Unit A through D to complete. So in Unit A, you have the Student Edition Labs, and the first one is Unit A, Student Edition Lab. Let me try to run through this quickly and exit back out so we get to this Concepts Review. I won't be able to have time to complete the Student Edition Lab. So at this point in time, this is it loading for me? There we go. Okay, I'm going to drag this down. So this is what this lab looks like. And each of the labs within each one of the assignments will look somewhat similar. We want to choose email, and then we just want to start. Now, if we look at this, there's an introduction for the lab. It just tells us a little bit about the lab. There's an observe. Okay, and then we can go ahead and observe. There's a practice, and then there's a review. Okay, once you complete watching this video, then you'll have a number of 3 or 4 questions to answer about this particular video. And you'll do that for each one of these sections or topics. Let's see, composing a message, replying to a message, printing mail, and so on. Okay, so you'll do that for each one. There's 41 questions associated with this. So when we look at observe, and I need to actually turn that speaker off for now, otherwise you'll get some weird feedback.
To compose an email, you first need to open your email software. In this simulation, the software is Microsoft Office Outlook.
And because I don't have audio,
click the Start button.
I can't really tell what's where we're at.
Point to Microsoft Office, and then click Microsoft Office Outlook 2007.
I'll pause that, turn my speaker back on, and you can see what they're looking at is going through email. Okay, now, so you can do the observe, then you can do the practice. With the practice, it tells you what you need to do. Okay, so click on the file, and then go to New, and go to Mail Message. Now, step 2 is you want to enter these 2 addresses. And I'll take a little time to do that. jrchu@hotmail.com, semicolon, kbwatson@yahoo.com. Once you complete that, it goes to step 3. So we want to type in this field, my supervisor at hotmail.com. Step 4, we enter status report. And then step 5, we'll type in the text. Ship our final by, to learn how to spell, September 15th with questions. Okay, now at that point, we can go ahead and continue, and then it'll ask us some questions. So when you include multiple addresses in the message, you should separate each address with a period. Well, that's false because it's a semicolon. Okay, you cannot format text in an email message. I think that's false as well. You must include a subject in any mail message you compose. False. And then email address should have the following form. Okay, it should be user@domain.server.domain. There we go. Okay, Okay, review complete, then we'll go on to the next one. Okay, so with that said, let's exit that. Let's exit the lab. We won't see that you've completed that, not until you have completed all of the 41 questions. The next piece that you'll complete for each section, Unit A through D, is the concepts review. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly get a couple of these right and then just answer these 20 questions. What you want to do is read the text, and it's a very short Unit A in the text. So read the text. This is where you get the answers from. Okay, so, and I'm just going to select some answers. Let's see. When in doubt, select C. We'll see how many I get right. So there's 11 out of 20 I'm at. C, C. And of course, you don't do this, but you can go ahead and take this exam or these reviews and these labs as many times as you want to get the best grade that you want. We'll grade the test. Okay, so it looks like I got a few. Well, I didn't do too badly. Okay, so this one is done. Now I want to go ahead and go to Gradebook. Go to my class, and then I can go ahead and see, okay, I've completed one section of that email, so I can see I received a 4 of 41 of the email lab, and I can see I got 6 of 20 right on the concepts review. Once again, you can do these as many times as you want to get the 100% if you want. The real goal is to go ahead and learn the content, you know, fairly quickly and fairly easily in a more fun sort of way. So we can go ahead and write back to the products, right back to the class, and once again, Unit A, Student Lab and Concepts Review. Student B, Student Lab, Concepts Review. Now also there's probably just one lab, for instance, within each one of these. C and D. I'll go ahead and close out of this, go back to our page. And under Assignments, remember this is under Computer Concepts, under Assignments, the bottom of the page tells us which assignments I want you to do. So under Computer Concepts, Unit A, of course read the unit, and then do the email lab, and then the concepts review. For B, read it, do the student lab, maintaining a hard disk drive, only do that one. It's worth 16 points, and then the concepts review. On Unit C, installing and uninstalling software. On several of these, again, there are several labs. I only want you to do just the one lab. And then the concepts review, and on Unit D, student lab, managing files and folders, and then the concepts review. So once you complete those, that will complete this particular unit. So if you have questions, please go ahead and email me and let me know, and that hopefully will help you understand how to go ahead, get into this concepts page, and do these labs, do these concepts reviews, and how to look at your grades. Okay, so you can see if you've completed everything correctly. So thank you. That ends this video.